The evolutions of Netflix. Streaming has grown in popularity over the last 5 years in particular. Netflix, Amazon Prime, and Hulu dominate the market, while new entrants are looking for their entry points. With the launch of Disney Plus in the United States last year, another major brand entered the industry, while existing services brace for battle for market share. However, while streaming appears to be a new industry, household names like Netflix can trace their roots back more than 20 years. Let's dive into the video to know how Netflix evolved to what it is today. Here we go. The birth of Netflix. Netflix was founded in 1997 by colleagues Marc Randolph and Reed Hastings, and the idea arose from conversations between the two while commuting between homes in Santa Cruz. However, of course, Netflix wasn't always a streaming service, and watching long-form video content online at home or on the go was still a pipe dream. Instead, Netflix used the internet as a storefront for its DVD rental service with discs mailed to members. Netflix's subscriptions-based business model. At the time, the company was dealing with two fundamental issues in its business model. One was that because the DVD was mailed, it could take anywhere from 1 day to 4 days for the shipment to arrive at the subscriber. Although people were more likely to try Netflix, conversations to repeat rentals was low. Second, people would be far more likely to rent out the most recent releases. Third, the company would need to generate 15 to 20 rentals for each DVD to break even on the cost of purchasing a DVD to rent out. Two of the most important aspects of Netflix's business model emerged as a result of their responses to problems. First, the company switched to a recurring revenue model, the subscription model, which significantly increased second-time movie rental rates. Customers were tied to the platform and thus much more likely to try renting again. The company also created a queue in which users could choose which movies they wanted to watch next. This shortened the time subscribers needed to receive another DVD after returning the first one. This also eliminates the need for late fees. The incentive for returning DVDs was to receive another DVD from watching by mail. Second, in order to maximize the use of its DVD content catalog, the company developed its movie recommendation system. Netflix would recommend shows to their subscribers via Cinematch. The goal was to shift the focus of DVD rentals away from new releases and towards a more consistent renting out of their content library. This solution has evolved significantly over the years, and it now drives how customers interact with Netflix as well as how the company makes decisions when acquiring new content. Netflix's response to these issues reflected how management was focused on building a sustainable business model rather than growing up too quickly. Rather than focusing on expanding its content library, the company optimized its DVD on-mail solutions for its existing library. This business decision was instrumental in the company's survival after the dot-com crash. Barry McCarthy, Netflix CFO from its inception until 2010, spoke to the unofficial Stanford blog about Reed Hastings' idea of a subscriber-based model in an industry where video rentals were centered on retail stores. It was Reed's insight that the subscription model would appeal to consumers. He redesigned the website and software to accommodate a subscription model. Overnight, we began to expand at an exponential rate. I believe the company made $1 million in revenue in 1998. In 1999, we spent $5 million, then $35 million, then $75 million, $150 million, and nearly $300 million. We were $500 million in 5 years and $1 billion in 3 years, all because of the subscription model. Netflix's subscription-based business model was strengthened in February 2000 when it launched its unlimited movie rental program. This all-you-can-watch subscription model, which cost $19.95 per month, provided customers with ultimate movie rentals in a month with up to 4 DVDs delivered at a time. The company eliminated all per-movie shipping and late fee charges in order to maintain subscriber goodwill and loyalty. In addition, Netflix had already implemented its content recommendation system, Cinematch, under the directions of technical head Neil Hunt. Ted Sarandos, Netflix's chief content officer, was in charge of content curation. Sarandos joined in 2000 and previously worked in film and television distribution. Over the years, he has managed Netflix's content offerings, initial curating and providing input for the movie recommendation system. He is now a key cog in the company's original content, Netflix Originals initiative. However, according to Marc Randolph, this story is false and was merely a marketing ploy. Instead, Reed was the CEO of the company they worked for in early 1997, and Marc was its VP of corporate marketing. Marc claims Reed told him, "Let's come up with an idea. You can run it and I'll fund it." because a looming merger with another firm would put them both out of work. Mark, who wanted to start something like Amazon.com, pitched Reed all sorts of e-commerce ideas as they carpooled from their homes in Santa Cruz to Silicon Valley every day. Surfboards, custom-built baseball bats, personalized dog food, and home delivery shampoo. Reed's responses to all of them was simply, "That will never work." Then Mark learned about the DVD, a hot new product invented in Japan. He realized that DVDs would soon replace VHS cassettes as the standard for home viewing. Reed was sold on the idea after some brainstorming in the car on Highway 17. Mark and Reed walked into Logos Books and Records in Santa Cruz on a hot summer day in 1997, bought a CD of Patsy Cline's greatest hit, and mailed it to Reed's house a few blocks away. They knew they'd found their ticket to e-commerce glory when the CD arrived undamaged. Netflix was registered and established on August 29, 1997, with at least $1.9 million from Reed Hastings. Other investors later contributed to this capital. Reed Hastings, 37, was named chairman with 70% ownership, and Mark Randolph, 39, was named CEO with a minority stake. After a few iterations in its early days, Netflix eventually crafted a successful business model. A subscription-based service with no due dates or late fees and unlimited access to content for $19.95. It also had a queue that subscribers could use to specify the order in which DVDs should be mailed to them, as well as a delivery system that sent out a DVD as soon as the previous one was returned. Netflix used to pack the DVDs in white envelopes, and it wasn't until 2000 that they switched to yellow envelopes. However, it only took the company a year to switch to a more familiar red envelopes. Finally, the DVDs arrived in a small package with a prepaid return sleeve inside, and Netflix paid for all postage. This formula was a success, and Netflix steadily increased its subscriber base. Within 5 years of its inception, Netflix was shipping millions of DVDs per day. For many years, this was Netflix's primary business model, and the company was among the first in the industry to innovate by introducing a flat monthly fee rather than individual charges per rental. Customers are now charged in this manner across the streaming world, including music services like Spotify and Tidal. It appears that people prefer paying a small monthly fee to access all content on demand rather than purchasing individual items at a time. Cloudy outlook. Netflix began to experiment with providing its online content as internet speeds increased in the mid to late 2000s. For a number of years, they provided both online and postal services, allowing customers to select the format they preferred before eventually discontinuing the postal service entirely. And while some niche services continue to provide subscriptions content via physical media, allowing users to access content on the cloud wherever they are has become the preferred route for most providers. Users can access their favorite content from their phone, tablet, or laptop, and as new connective technology emerges, playing on the go no longer requires a Wi-Fi connection. Other industries have since investigated the possibility of delivering content in this manner, the future of Netflix. Netflix is working hard to create original content for local audiences. Dorothy Getuba, the head of African programming, believes that going to Hollywood is no longer necessary. With Netflix, anyone can become a local celebrity and export their content around the world. Netflix has gained competitors over the years, including Disney+, Hulu, ESPN+, Prime Video, HBO Max, and YouTube TV. These competitors invest heavily in various forms of entertainment for their audiences. To stay ahead of the competitions, Netflix may have to embrace emerging technologies while attempting to keep its content fresh. What do you think about the epic evolutions of Netflix? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more.